All done. So now you know how to define classes, subclasses, and instances. Going back to the example from the bookstore, we have our type here, fiction. We have a subtype, novel, and we define that the book we looked at is of type novel. So now there is one more interesting thing that you can do when you have a knowledge graph defined like this. You can infer, meaning you can create, using some specific rules, additional triples that are not in the original graph. So for example, because this here, this book is a novel and novel is a subclass of fiction, you know that this book is also of type fiction. So this is known as an inferred triple. So a triple that was not in the original graph, but that you created using inference rules. So in the RDF standard, there are a number of these rules, and well, in total 33. And one rule is the one shown here, and this is the one that we used on the example on the previous page. So if you look at the rule, you see that if something is a subclass of something else, so U is a subclass of X and V is of type U, then we can also add this triple here. V is of type X. So take a minute and apply this rule to this triple here. And then you can see how you can generate the new triple. And then, of course, you have new triples in the graph. So now you can again apply the rules to these new triples and see if you get even more of them. And you do this recursively until the graph doesn't change anymore. Then you have inferred all the triples that you can infer. In terms of system, this is done in an additional step. So later on, when we come to implementing all of this, you'll see we have kind of knowledge bases to store the triples. And then on top of them, you need a reasoning engine that can process and apply these rules. So these are technically two different things. Loading and storing the triples. We'll talk about querying triples, and then there's also this additional step of reasoning. But for now, the important thing to remember is that these additional semantics gives you a way to reason about the triples. So you can have these more intelligent question answering systems that infer new knowledge from the existing knowledge. So before we go into the next topic, we have another exercise, number 6. So the exercise is not related to the inference here, but this exercise is to get you in the right state of mind for what we're covering in the next part. So let's look at the exercise. So on the second page, well, you've probably noticed there is a short table summarizing all the RDF statement we talked about. And now task number 6 is just to prepare you for what we are covering next. So have a look at these 3 triples here. And yeah, think about what's going on. Just spend a minute or so and then come back to the next part of the lecture. See you then.